This time I got a remote control from a stereo. The guy brought the whole stereo over, but it's actually the remote that's at fault. I'm going to show you how to quickly fix this one without having to buy expensive parts to do so.
Got this Pioneer Elite receiver in to take a look at it. Complaint is the remote doesn't work for power. Every other function on the remote works. Volume. Power doesn't work, so I'm thinking a remote control problem. But the fellow brought the entire receiver down rather than just bring me the remote. So let's see if the remote's putting out a signal. So we put the camera in night shot and we'll see that it is blasting out a signal, except for power is not. So this is a remote control repair video, not a receiver. The receiver is just here to prove that it works. So let's take the remote apart and see what's wrong. Got some new Duracells in it that says March 2034. I don't think so. I think these batteries will have expired long before. I would say probably by 2024 the batteries will probably be leaking, but kind of an over exaggeration there. Made in USA though, or assembled. I think it says assembled in USA on here. Yeah, assembled in USA from Chinese components, I'm sure. It'd be nice if the batteries didn't leak, but you just know that they will, because like everything that's been made recently, the batteries just don't seem to last. And I got so many devices which batteries have leaked in when the batteries still say they should be fresh for years. Remote should just pop apart. Get in there with my little spudger or guitar pick or whatever and see if we can pop this thing apart. And it's going to be the rubber sheet, I'm sure. So let me just spudge my way into this unit. Look at that, they got them down to 2 parts. Ha ha ha. Oops. Okay, we'll pull the board, and in here there's going to be, oh yes, right over where the power button is. On the top left here you'll see, looks like maybe something's been spilled on here. We'll try cleaning this up. Looks to be pretty clean inside, other than there's just some crap right here, so we'll try washing. It looks like there's been something spilled right down in here as well. See? So let's clean this up. I'm just going to use some soap and water and clean it up a bit. These pads over here look like they're a bit worn too. What are they? The volume? Yeah, these ones here look like they've been quite heavily used. Let's just clean this thing up and try it again and see whether it sends out a signal. So I'm just going to take this inside and just wash it with some mild soap and water. Try to clean this area up here. So if I have the remote connected to power, if I use something metal to tap the power key here, it will turn off. There, it just turned off. So the remote does send out a signal, but the rubber contact here is worn out. That's what's the problem on this. I'm going to stick a little conductive strip over top of the pad that is defective. We're going to use a little bit of silicone glue, just a small amount. Put it over top of the defective pad. This is just aluminum foil that I cut. Just let this dry for a while. but I can test it right away, even before it finishes setting up. If I take the rubber keypad and place it over top of the remote. There it goes. I'll put it in infrared mode. Power on and power off. It's on. You hear it click in a second here. The unit's on. Can you see the display? It is on, and we'll turn it off. There. That fixes the remote. Yes, you can buy these conductive paints and repair kits. I found that this actually works quite well. I've done it a few times in the past. I just never made a video on this, and I know there's other people that make videos on, will cut the rubber, cut the conductive carbon pad off of other ones that are not used or from a donor remote. And I guess that could work, but I figured I'd show you an alternate way of doing it using just a little piece of regular aluminum foil. When you've got buttons that are recessed like this, and it will stick it on there, and because the button is recessed enough, it's not going to make contact. It's not going to short anything out. As you can see, it is clear from the board until you push it. So I'm just going to let this set up for a bit, and then we'll reassemble the remote, and everything should be good. Okay, time to put this back together. It should be dry by now. It's been sitting here for a while. Test it one last time before securing the back and putting in the batteries. And the power button turns the unit on, which it's now on. I guess you saw the light come on there. And how do we change input on here? Here we go. Change all the inputs and button. There we go, that's off. Okay, so the remote is working now. The button that he was complaining about not working has been repaired. You reset the back on the remote here. I gotta get the springs into those little slots on here. Like that. The remote just snaps back together, and the little screw goes back in. Reset the batteries, and the unit should be functional. Power. There we go. It's got power. Make sure the other buttons work. Volume up, volume down, EQ. Yep, all the other buttons are functional. And power off. There we go. Alright, that's how you fix one of these remotes the easy way, with just a piece of foil, like just regular good old Reynolds wrap, aluminum foil, or whatever you use. Just a piece of foil and some silicone, multi-purpose silicone glue. That's all you need to do. Really quite easy. Thanks for watching.